Welcome everyone to Columbia Park, and we are very excited. We are kicking off another season of Wednesday evening concerts with the Marshfield Civic Band, and we are very, very happy to have you all here with us tonight. The first march we opened with was by the great Henry Fillmore. It was entitled Americans We. It was composed in 1929, and it was dedicated with four words, to all of us, to all of us. We'd like to continue our program right now with a piece entitled Music Alone, a festival prelude. We would like to continue with a piece that has a lot of meaning for this band, for me. Back in January, our band and indeed our community lost a very, very fine individual named Robert Biederwolf. Robert Biederwolf was the first, I believe, the first professor of music at the University of Wisconsin Wood County, Marshfield Wood County campus. He remained there for something like 30 years, 25 or 30 years. He conducted the bands there, the jazz ensemble, the choirs, and he taught the music classes there as well. But I think, although we all remember Bob for his musical ability and talent, we will probably remember him even more for his good humor and his total commitment to music education, to young people, and to any group that he was playing in. I think I could count, this is my 17th season conducting the band, and I think I could count in the fingers of one hand the times that Bob wasn't here for a concert. And that's a lot of concerts to be at. Bob is usually one of the first ones down here with his trumpet, and one of the last ones to leave. You know, we are very, very saddened by his passing. He passed away in January. He was 89, I believe. And we would like to dedicate this next piece to him. You may notice that there is a balloon floating up by the trumpet section in the back row. That's in honor of Bob. We're going to do that at every weekly concert this summer in his memory. And kind of a missing man formation, where there'll be an empty chair there, because we're going to miss this gentleman a great deal. So this time, in Bob's memory, we'd like to play the following piece. It's entitled, appropriately enough, A Friend Remembered by James Swearingen. We'd like to remind all of you in the audience that for your convenience, there are restrooms located in the rear of the band shell. And also, for your convenience and your enjoyment, the ladies of St. John's Church are once again this season selling delicious pie and ice cream right across the street over there. And in addition to that, we have Razor J's old-fashioned kettle corn, caramel corn, French fries, beer battered cheese curds, and lemonade. Now you can't beat a menu like that. It's right over there. So if you are hungry, just head in that general direction. I think that's north, I think. You know, I always have a problem with Marshfield because it twists and then you get up towards Stratford and it turns this way and I never know what direction I'm in. But anyway, it's in that direction. You can't miss it. Just follow the smell. You'll be fine. It is time now for our annual feature and the first one of the season, the Kitty Parade. So kids, if you want to come on up here and march around the park, come on up here. Come on up here, kids. Don't be shy. I don't bite. It's okay. There we go. There they come. Okay, once again this year, I am proud and pleased to announce that Culver's Restaurant of Marshfield is providing each and every marcher with a free ice cream token at every concert. So thank you, Culver's. Now, notice I said the children get an ice cream token. Okay. I don't have to do that. I am that height. All right? Okay. All right. Okay. We're going to play for you. Kids, what you're going to do is you're going to follow the leadership with our American flag. You're going to march around the park, around the gentleman with the camera there, and around, halfway around, and then come in a circle down the sidewalk, and just keep on marching in a big circle around half the park, okay? It's kind of a big game of follow the leader. All right? Follow the leader. And we're going to play the Governor's March for you while you're doing that. And this is a march, and usually, by Leroy Anderson. So at this time, the Governor's March with our Kitty Parade. Ready, kids? Here we go. That's the best timing I've ever seen. Wow. You know, some years we leave them all the way to the end of the park over there. And it takes us about 2 minutes to get them back up to the band shell. This was absolutely perfect. You marched really superbly. Thank you. Give them all a round of applause. Thank you. Now you can come on up, kids, and get your free ice cream token, okay? Come on, another nice round of applause. Thank you, kids. While we have a moment here, I would like to recognize our growing list of supporting sponsors for our concert season this year, 2018. I'd like to read right down the list here. First of all, we owe the City of Marshfield Parks and Recreation Department a big vote of thanks. Not only for their support, but for their taking care of our band shell, and once again, another year providing us with this absolutely beautiful place to play in Columbia Park. So thank you. We'd like to thank the University of Wisconsin, Marshall County, and Dr. Richard Brunson for allowing us to use their air-conditioned band room to rehearse on Tuesday nights. And supporting sponsors, I'll read down the list. City of Marshfield, Rival Plumbing and Heating, Heinz and Printing, Partners Bank, The Hearing House LLC, Northern Music Service, Hiller's True Value Hardware, Thimbleberry Books, Shallows Nursery Incorporated, Shriners Plumbing and Heating, the Hefco Floral Company, Rem's Funeral Home and Crematory, Remax American Dream Realty, Forward Bank, Castle Rock Veterinary and Hospital Incorporated, the Marshfield Rotary Club, Off the Wall Custom Framing, Scotty's Pizza and Chicken, the Nelson Jameson Incorporated, Friends of the Marshfield Public Library, Fomple, Alex Drager's Piano Service, Carl and Catherine Zimmerman, Gold Key Realty, Marshfield Sunrise Rotary, of course, Culver's of Marshfield, Bent's Chiropractic Service, SC, American Arc Acorn A1 Storage, and Provision Partners. Let's all give them a nice round of applause for their financial support. Thank you. It just struck me kind of funny tonight for the first time after all these years. Todd Byer down at House of Hearing has been a wonderful supporter of our band over the years, but I just realized he's running a hearing aid service. And here we are putting on a band concert. I think there's a connection there somewhere. Anyway. All right, we're going to continue now with something completely different, as they used to say in the Monty Python shows. Who remembers Monty Python? Who remembers Monty Python? Yeah. We're going to play Liberty Bell March one of these days, and where the big foot comes down at the beginning. You know, we're not going to have a big foot come down here, though. But anyway, Monty Python. Where was I going with this? I don't even remember. That's what happens when you hit 63, folks, and you've got a microphone in your hand. It becomes rather dangerous. Anyway, oh, thank you. It doesn't want me to say anything, does it? All right. We're going to play a piece called I'm Shipping Up to Boston. I'm shipping up to Boston. I know what it was. I was saying something completely different. That's it. That was it. I do that a lot lately. You know, I really do. It comes, but it doesn't come right away like it used to. So at this time, I'm shipping up to Boston. We hope you enjoy this Celtic piece. I'd like to read off to you our upcoming concert schedule for the summer season for this band. This band, of course, will appear on Wednesday evenings at this park. Tonight's our first concert. Next Wednesday, June 27th, we'll be here at 7:30, weather permitting, Columbia Park. Concert 3 is Wednesday, July 4th. We will be here the evening of July 4th at 7:30 for the concert at Columbia. Concert 4 is a special appearance. Actually, it's a Wednesday evening concert, but we'll be changing locale. Wednesday, July 11th is the formal dedication of the brand new Wenzel Family Plaza, which is in that direction, which, if I'm right now, is southeast of the band shell, about 2 blocks. And it's right across from the post office. I'm sure you've all had a lot of fun mailing things at the post office when that was being built, right? Anyway, we're going to be playing for the formal ribbon cutting, and that concert performance will begin at 6:30 on July 11th. And then we're going to be hitting the road, as they say. For concert 5, or on Saturday, July 14th, we're going to be appearing at the Colby Cheese Days. Colby Cheese Days from 1 until 2:30. Then we'll be back here, concert 6, that next week, July 18th, Wednesday, right here, 7:30 Columbia Park. Concert 7, Saturday, July 21st, we will be at the Stratford Community Days, performing at Glennie Park from 11 to 12:30. Then we have Concert 8, Wednesday, July 25th, and we close our season with our 9th concert on Wednesday, August 1st, right here at Columbia, where we have our annual Grand Sousa Band Concert. And we have a wonderful soloist, Micah Brunson, this year. There'll be an oboe soloist for this concert, and we're very much looking forward to that. It's also our free will donation concert, where you, the audience, get a chance to participate and contribute to the band. So we have a pretty active season coming up here, but we're looking forward to it, and I think we're going to be having a really good summer. So we hope you're able to join us this summer for as many of those as possible. We'd like to continue now with a piece that's very slow. It's entitled As Summer Was Just Beginning. As Summer Was Just Beginning. And the subtitle is Song for James Dean. James Dean, of course, was a Hollywood actor in the 1950s, and he had the unfortunate statistic of having only made 3 films before his untimely death. Giant, let's see if I remember the other 2. Giant, Rebel Not a Cause, and East of Eden. East of Eden, that's right. A very, very, very fine talent. He was kind of representative, as almost kind of iconic of some of the youth of his generation. And he died much, much too soon. So at this time, we will play by Larry Dane, As Summer Was Just Beginning, Song for James Dean. that a beautiful piece of music? Really gorgeous. Thank you, band. Nice job, band. Yeah. We're going to continue now with something completely different. This is from Walt Disney's Toy Story, and this is entitled, You've Got a Friend in Me. You've Got a Friend in Me. We'd like to continue this evening's concert with a rather unusual march. And unusual musically because it has some very interesting effects in it. And it uses a lot of what we call chromatic movement. Chromatic movement means by half steps, like rising and falling, like that, okay? If you just stood in front of a piano keyboard and hit every key in the line up and down, it would give you a chromatic scale, all by half steps. And the reason I think this Jerry Brubaker has decided to write this in this march is because the title of this march is Wings and Shield, and it's dedicated to the men and women who perform air, sea search, and rescue in the United States Coast Guard. So if you visualize helicopters and planes flying over, and people being plucked out of the ocean and rescued on ships, then I think you got the real meaning of this piece. But it's a very nice march. We hope you enjoy it. Wings and Shield by Jerry Brubaker. going to continue by reprising a piece we played 3 weeks ago at the Dairy Fest concert. It's a piece we like to play, and it's a piece I think that sums up our feelings about it's finally summer. Okay, it's in the good old summertime. An old waltz from 1907. We hope you enjoy it. I see the audience tonight in the far end of the park that we have our conductor emeritus with us at our first concert, a gentleman who conducted this band for 40 years. And I'd like to recognize him at this time. Jim Rasmussen, why don't you stand up and take a bow? Where are you, Jim? There he is, back there. There you go. We'd like to conclude our concert this evening with two marches. The first one is by Roland F. Seitz, and it's entitled The University of Pennsylvania Band March. I took some practice to get that right. University of Pennsylvania Band March. Written for the University of Pennsylvania Band, obviously. And it's a very fine march. Roland F. Seitz is a very fine American march composer who lived in eastern Ohio and western Pennsylvania most of his life. And we're going to play that for you. It's a fine old, typical American style concert march. And then we're going to conclude with our encore. Now, most people who have been to our concerts in previous years are expecting On Wisconsin for our encore. But this is the 100th anniversary this year, 2018, of the perhaps fiercest battles of the First World War, in which the American Army, which was called the American Expeditionary Force at that time, of over 2 million men, were in France fighting the Germans. And there are battles from there that may not sound familiar to us today, but words like Chateau Thierry, Saint-Mihiel, and Meuse-Argonne were on the lips of everyone 100 years ago. These are very fierce battles. In the Battle of the Argonne, for example, more American soldiers were killed than in any other battle in our history. So we would like to commemorate, starting with this concert, to the memory of those troops and men. We would like to commemorate that by encoring this season the 32nd Division March by Theodore Steinmetz, who is a native of Marshfield, Wisconsin. So we hope you enjoy Pennsylvania Band March and then 32nd Division. We also hope you will all join us again here right back at Columbia next week, Wednesday night at 7:30. And thank you for being a marvelous audience tonight. And the weather held up, and we're just really tickled. So it's been a great concert. You've been a great audience. Thank you.